like and subscribe. The Vatican, the Pope, you've been called out. Not so much by Putin, but you've been called out by the truth. You see, there are pictures of you praying to a black Jesus and Madonna. But yet, you have your congregation praying to a white Jesus and Madonna. So which is it? Is Jesus black? Or is Jesus this whitewashed version of himself that is being used by you to deny God's chosen people and to exploit and intimidate indigenous people all over the world and to whitewash the truth? Pope, how are you going to respond to the truth put forward by the president of Russia, Putin? You see, condemning Israel for the murder of Palestinians is not good enough. Because you have cut a few branches off the tree, but you have not went down to the root of the problem. And the root of the problem is that, as you know, and I know, and the United States know, and millions of spiritual people know, Israelis are Khazars. They are not Hebrew Israelites. And the premise or excuse for the genocide going on in Palestine is based on the lie that they are Hebrew Israelites, God's chosen people, when you know that the Israelis are Khazars. You know they are Khazars. And you know why they were put in Israel, to get a foot into the Middle East and to exploit Africa and the Middle East. That's why they are the only ones there with an atomic bomb, nuclear weapons, because they are a threat. You know it and I know it too. You pray to a black Jesus, but your priest lied to people when people ask them, why are these pictures of the saints and of Jesus and of his mother, why are they black? And then your priest tell them that over time the pictures darkened. But what about the white robes that they wear? Why haven't those darkened? You have lied. The Vatican is a part of the oligarchs. They're part of the oligarchs, and they want world domination. And the Pope supports them and is a hypocrite who prays to a black Jesus. What are you praying for? Forgiveness while you are committing a sin? Deuteronomy 22, verse 5 states clearly that it is an abomination for a man to wear women's clothing and for a woman to wear man's clothing. This is a metaphor for homosexuality. You know it and I know it too. But you're homosexuals and you're pedophiles. And you've been caught. You're homosexuals and pedophiles and rapists. Nuns have to take a vow of silence if they are raped. A young man, if he is molested, takes this same vow of celibacy, to take this same vow of secrecy, or else he will be excommunicated. And it is the same thing with the fake Jews. They are not Jews by blood, they are converts. This is why it is illegal for them to take a DNA test without permission. Obvious lies. Putin is a spiritual warrior and he has exposed you. How are you going to remain silent? Pretend like this didn't happen? I know mainstream media is not going to address this unless they are forced to. You see, Putin has blown your whole game because the only thing that you have done with Christianity, with the teachings of Yashua, is exploit, enslave, colonize, and enrich yourself. At the same time, you have people, priests, that are doing cocaine, drugs, having orgies, molesting children, raping women, and who knows all the evils that you have done to indigenous people. And the fact of the matter is, the Vatican, you supported slavery and colonization. You supported that under the guise of white supremacy. But really, you are a part of the oligarchs with designs on taking over the world, because it was the Judeo-Christians that enslaved, colonized, raped, and pillaged. See, if a Jewish convert tells, he gets excommunicated. If a Christian member of the Vatican tells, he gets excommunicated also. That's how you protect yourself. You do what the Republican Party in the United States does. Attack the innocent. You attack the innocent. That's why both women that are the leading prosecutors of Donald Trump are being prosecuted, when he has committed more crimes than they can ever dream of. The game is up, and I'm calling you out, Vatican. So now, and the people are going to understand. Are you going to pretend you didn't hear what Putin said? Because there are pictures of you praying to a black Jesus. Why are you having Caucasians pray to a white Jesus? It's because you are a part of the oligarchs. And you are whitewashing history for profit. And white supremacy is a tool being used to exploit Caucasians as well as God's chosen people. See, and the people must understand that once oligarchs get in control, then they're going to throw white supremacy out the window, and they're going to exploit everyone and colonize everyone. People, like and subscribe, and let's see how the Vatican, the Pope, addresses what the president of Russia, Putin, has said. Let's see if they ignore it and hope that it goes away. Or let's see if they come out and tell the truth. It's going to be very interesting to see how these demons handle these ministers of misinformation for profit to control the earth and all its people, to turn millionaires into billionaires, and now billionaires into trillionaires. Menachem Begum said what he was trying to do. And all Israel is a welfare nation of the United States. Just a welfare nation of the United States. That's all you are, and it's all you will ever be. You can forget about the illusion of world domination. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's over. It's over now. But see, you are defeated. Evil, you are defeated and you are on your way out. But you can't admit that, because then you wouldn't be who you are. People, we must remember the story of the lady who took in the snake that was dying, warmed it up and fed it, and then it bit her. Then it blamed her for it biting her because she knew it was a snake when she took it in. But people, we must understand the tools of Satan. It is hypocrisy. Hypocrisy always runs against the laws of nature. Hypocrisy runs against the laws of nature. And human beings, we are supposed to be the guardians of nature. Why? Because if we want to live and have a meaningful life, a life of satisfaction, then we must follow the laws of nature and we must remove demons. Yashua told you a rich man has as much chance of entering heaven as a camel has of passing through the eye of a needle. Do not let these demons tell you that the eye of a needle is a barn door. You have the ability to reason and use your sense. You know right from wrong. The question is, do you care? And understand this. To care is to care about your progeny and the people whose lives will come after you. So I will say this. I give Putin and Russia credit because they are saving humanity, and the Russians who have died in the war against Ukraine will be blessed, as well as the Russians who died in World War II fighting the Nazis, as well as the Russians that died centuries and centuries ago fighting the Khazars. They are God's chosen people, as are the Hebrew Israelites. And let me give a shout out for Iran. Do not forget about the Iranians. They also are doing God's work. Now, Saudi Arabia, UAE, all these other people talking about what they're doing. No, you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything for what 50 since 1948. You haven't done anything. Thank you, South Africa. Thank you, Iran, for backing up Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis. Let's give credit where credit is due. Islam is guilty of selling Hebrew Israelites. Islam is guilty of that. Now, this does not mean that all Muslims are guilty of this, because they're not. I don't know if Iran had anything to do with it or not, but if they did, they are cleaning up their act. But in the meanwhile, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.